This is Suspenders Unbuttoned, a podcast where friends talk with friends about TV, movies, and books. Hi, welcome to Suspenders Unbuttoned podcast. Today, our special guest is from RomaDrama, one of the founders, Gabrielle Graf Palmer.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Lovely ladies.
So happy to see you.
I'm so happy to finally meet you guys in person.
I know. It's been fun getting to text back and forth. That was really fun.
Yes.
So why don't you start by just telling us a little bit about how you and Sara, we should mention that your partner is not here today.
She is hopefully no longer sitting on the tarmac at the West Palm Beach airport, but she, both of her flights were delayed. So she apologizes. She was really bummed to miss it.
That's okay. We're glad she landed at least. How did you two meet and how did you kind of get the idea for this RomaDrama? And we're saying it right.
RomaDrama.
Yeah.
Romantic dramas.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So Sara and I have been best friends for 25 years.
Wow.
We we actually met on the way to a fan event. I was going there to cover a country singer. His name's Brian White. I don't know if you know him. He was huge in the 90s. So I was going to write an article about him, to interview him for my sorority. And Sara she was an anchor on a news station in Little Rock. So she was going to interview him for her news station. And we were going on a country cruise. And I knew nothing about country music at the time. Neither did Sara. And we're sitting across from each other in the Atlanta airport, wearing the same exact outfit. We were wearing the same suede Ann Taylor boots. Camel pleated front, if that tells you how long ago it was. Camel pleated front wool pants, white t-shirts, both carrying suede jackets. We looked like we were like part of the crew or something. Like we were sitting across from each other like, who are you? You know? So we ended up sitting next to each other on the flight from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale and realized that we were basically the same person. And the rest is history. We have, we moved to Nashville together and, our lives have just evolved more like sisters than best friends. So for us to finally have the opportunity for our professional worlds to overlap and create RomaDrama has been the greatest blessing of our lives, I'd say. Well, one of the greatest blessings. So
what a
kids
story.
first, RomaDrama second.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So Sara is the technology, spreadsheet, math-minded person of the team. She worked in IT for a long time. I mean, Sara went to law school. There is really nothing Sara hasn't done. She has all of this insane experience on the technical side of business. And I worked in sports and professional sports and entertainment. I was in concert promotion for a long time in Nashville and in LA. So I brought the entertainment element of it to the table. So we really, this really highlights both of our strengths. So
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited. It's great.
So when you guys decided on RomaDrama, how long from the decision to make that an event to your actual first event?
So RomaDrama, as you know it today, has evolved, oh my gosh, a million times since our initial conversation. We were actually, we went to a fan event back in 2018, I guess, and we hadn't been to one in more than a decade, and we decided to go for my birthday. And as we're sitting at the bar, we started talking about how there was absolutely nothing in this space for women, for fans of romance, of drama, of, men have Comic-Con and, fantasy football and all of these great things that they go to. And there really is nothing like this for us. So that was our initial conversation. And then it has evolved as through COVID and moving through that, and then coming out the other side, we have pivoted. I'm so tired of the word pivot, and reinvented ourselves more times than we can even count. So it started out, we were going to do a huge show in Irving, Texas, and then COVID hit. We were getting ready to go on sale, and COVID hit. So we had to pivot. So we pared it down to a smaller VIP experience. So that's
I love that how you pivoted with taking COVID and still running with something to make that move forward.
Right. So I think maybe it made it more special because now your events are smaller, like you said, and more of a VIP experience, even for the people that aren't paying for the VIP ticket.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And what we've done different at our event in Palm Beach, which we didn't offer in Nashville, you can buy a single day ticket, and then you can also purchase a one-on-one meet and greet. We'll have 2 and 5 minute meet and greets available for fans. So you can come in at that single day ticket price. And then if you just want to meet Trevor Donovan or Ryan Pavey or Wes Brown or Andrew Walker,
right,
that's where you can focus your money. Whereas the package tickets allow you, for the ticket price, you get the one-on-one experiences, you get multiple you get multiple selfies and autographs, you get VIP parties, you get all of those things and swag included. So we really do have an opportunity for everyone.
Right. I like that. Tell us how you came up with the name RomaDrama.
So we went through, we had some real zingers as we went through the ideas, and we came up with some great names. And then when we would go to look at, their trademark status, they were already trademarked, or they were already, someone had already had, the social names, but weren't posting on them. So we found, we were like, well, it's romantic dramas, and we just kind of smushed it together because, I feel like the fans need, in the name, you need to know what it is. So, so that's, the story really is not that interesting, but there were a lot of doozies where I went back to friends and family, and they were like,
all right, you get one example of one of the doozies now.
Say that again.
You've got to give us an example now, one of your doozies.
Oh God, I can't even think. I'd have to go back and look at my notebook. My brain has
gotten rid of that.
Expunged everything unnecessary at this point. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
We struggled with name things too, and so we giant texting back and forth. So
I love it.
We laugh at each other.
I love it. So I do remember where we came up with it. I was on the road back from Dallas. Sarah and I had been in Dallas, and I was getting ready to cross the bridge in Cincinnati, and she and I were having a conversation, and that's where we were like, oh, RomaDrama. I love it. So I do remember where we came up with it.
It rolls off the tongue great. So
it does. Yeah. People fumble over RomaDrama and RomaDrama. Close enough.
But once you get it figured out, it works. Yeah.
Yeah. So what were the first steps you had to take in order to get an event going?
So the very first thing we did was we looked at market analysis for the cable networks. We wanted to see which cities, we knew we needed to focus on a big city, but we wanted to make sure we were hitting target cities, for the fans of the romantic drama space. So we looked at the ratings for Hallmark and Lifetime channel and all of the channels, and from there we made a list of cities, and then we looked at the cities and the accessibility and the costs and all of those things, and began to build from there.
We're getting some comments right away, and one of them is thanks for telling us how to correctly pronounce it, RomaDrama.
Oh, sure. We'll sell you a ticket no matter how you pronounce it.
RomaDrama.
When you have a name like Gabrielle, you get used to
all different
pronunciations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Are you both doing this full time now?
So we are. Sarah and I were featured in Forbes. We had a profile in Forbes in July, and I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to read it, but Sarah lost her husband quite tragically on New Year's Eve, and so Sarah's full-time job has really been working through that and working through her, working with her kids. They're over a year out, and you never get over it, but you start to work through the pain. And so her full-time job was her family for a long time, but for both of us, this is all, I'm a realtor as well, but I've really had to shift away from that, to focus on this. It is all consuming. It really is, because I handle all of anytime you send an email to info at RomaDrama, you get me. I'm the one who responds to comments on our socials. I'm the one who answers the questions on our socials, so it is, plus just handling everything else.
Right. More than a full-time job.
Yeah.
More than a full-time job. It's 24/7. We just got back from Disney, and we're standing in line at Disney, and I'm on my phone, I'm emailing people, I'm texting people, I've got my earbuds in, and my family's like, for real? And I'm like, own your own business, they said. It'll be great. It'll be fun. Yeah.
Chad wants to know, where are the Mickey ears?
Hi, Chad. Oh, I love Chad. Let me tell you something about Chad. Chad is a fan. I don't know if you guys know Chad, if you're familiar with him. So
I'm familiar with him on social media.
Oh my God, I love Chad. Chad showed up to the Franklin event, and we had volunteers not show. And even though Chad had purchased a ticket and he was there to experience the event, he helped us in so many ways. Like, I am eternally grateful for Chad. He's one of my favorite humans ever. He's so
wow, Chad.
Yeah. I love those people that have the worker heart. We very much fall into that. And so that you just got to love that heart, right?
Yes, absolutely. He's a great guy. And Chad, I'll send you pictures with the Mickey ears. I wore them every day.
When you guys decided to move forward, was it pretty consistent, your movement as a business forward with RomaDrama, or was it pretty broken up?
It was up to the point where it was consistent up until COVID.
Right.
And then, I take that back. It was consistent up until the other event in this space launched, and they launched just a couple of weeks before we were going to have our first on sale. So once they went on sale, we were like, well, we can't do that anymore. We didn't want to be in direct competition and have the same exact format. So we backed up, and then, we were getting ready to relaunch, and then COVID hit and we lost our funding. And so that's when the pivoting really started. And there were a lot of sleepless nights and a lot of tears and a lot of hair loss. But it has, up until our Nashville show, I would say once we started working with a team called Aristo Media, and they handle all of our PR and our marketing and our social media. And once we connected with them, they are Christy and Matt and Rachel and the team over there. They are the most amazing people, and they are the ones who really helped to carry us across the finish line. So once we connected with them, it has been as smooth as it can be launching your own live event. But there's been a lot of stress and a lot of chaos, but so worth it. All so worth it.
We love being.
Go ahead, Julie.
We love being able to support you as women entrepreneurs.
Thank you.
And somebody with a new business that's moving forward. We love being able to support you.
Right.
Thank you. We love you guys. I mean, holy moly, once we connected, Sarah, and your followers are a passionate group, and I'm so grateful to all of them for the repost and the excitement. And we got to Kevin and to Kayla, and unfortunately, there were some issues bringing them into the US, but we're keep trying. We're
glad everybody posted for you. I was trying to get them to, but so that's good. But it's McGarry's, it's Kevin's fans. It's not just our followers. Kevin has his whole fan group,
Mm-hmm.
and they are very passionate.
They
So
are, but you
anytime you need them for something, Kevin or Kayla.
But
They
you
will help you.
guys have such a big megaphone, and you guys are so wonderful, and you know, your podcast and your socials, you know, they're so well done. So we're fans of yours too.
It's a pet project for us. We love it. We have fun.
We do. We love it, and we love the people that are part of our groups. They're amazing, and we love connecting up and supporting you. So
Thank you.
it's been great. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Tell us about who was the first celebrity you booked for. I mean, I know you've been doing this for years and years, but for RomaCon, who was your first romance celebrity?
So our first celebrity to commit was Jesse Metcalf, and he committed for our Dallas show. And Jesse was amazing. He came out gangbusters for us, and then he got really caught up in filming. When we started launching Nashville. So the first celebrity to really come out in support of us and just has never let up, never let down their support was Trevor. Oh my God. Trevor is I cannot say enough amazing things. He's so beautiful as a person, but there's so much more than just how he looks. He's such a genuinely kind human being. And, you know, when he commits to something, he's all in. So
this is a man who committed to his dogs, and then to the issues with them, all the way to the U.S. Senate floor.
Yes.
You have to love that type of commitment and perseverance. And
I have to tell you, Trevor is, I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this yet or not, but we're working with Trevor. Trevor has been working with a school in Pittsburgh. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but Trevor has started an anti-bullying campaign where he goes into the schools, and we're actually getting ready to hopefully bring it out on a national platform. He's going to do another appearance at the school in Pittsburgh, and then hopefully we'll take it to other schools across the country. But he is very passionate about that initiative. So I think that also speaks to who he is, you know. You know, I've told all of the people that we worked with in, you know, just in one-on-one conversations, they're all so beautiful, you know, and we all have such admiration for them because of who they are and because of the characters that they play. And in real life, they could be anyone. They could treat people any way they want to. And there is not one of them who isn't kind and big-hearted and genuine and, you know, willing to pitch in and help. And that's what we found in Nashville, and that's what we found leading up to Nashville and now leading up to Palm Beach. So,
you know, I think that's something that kind of makes like the Hallmark and I guess now the GAC actors so special, is when you follow them on social media, you really see like them as a person and how they interact. Like I became a Heine by watching Tyler Hines at your last Nashville event. I mean, I was like, who is this guy? Nobody is that nice to strangers. I have to be a Heine now.
He is though. And Tyler and I have talked about this, and full disclosure, I was like, you've got to like move it. Like everybody who, like my sister, Sarah, was his handler at and I went up to Sarah like a million times. I'm like, you've been standing in line for 3 hours. Like, you got to move through this, like autograph, selfie, done. Like, get it. And Tyler was like, no, that's not how I roll. And he wanted to talk to so people stood in line for a long time, but no one was slighted. No one got less time than the person in front of them. And, you know, in talking to Tyler after the event, he, you know, every gift he was given, he kept. He talked about them. He was worried about things getting broken or lost in moving, you know, from Nashville to, you know, flying from Nashville to LA. And he remembers those conversations. And we talked about them last week when we talked about whether or not he was going to come to Palm Beach. And he only wants to commit if he knows that he can bring that same time and that same interaction to the fans. He doesn't want to just come in and out in one day. Like he wants to be able to really give them what he wants to give them, which is his time and emotion. So
he really sucked me in personally when he ran over the children's hospital and the staff ran
and
down.
you saw Mel. Yeah,
so,
Mel's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Mel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as someone who works in an ICU at a children's hospital, I know those people, and I know that they also had to get somebody to cover their kids while they ran downstairs to do that, and that he whipped in and did that for them. Like he had my heart at that moment. Like those are my peeps. So shout out to all the children's hospital peeps. Yeah.
And nobody scheduled that for him.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to him that afternoon. I was like, what are you doing this afternoon? He's like, well, I just left Children's Hospital. I went to see Mel. And I was like, wait, what? Like, and he's like, I just did it. Like we connected and I just did it. I wanted to do it. You know, it seemed like a fun, good thing to do. And that's just who he is. So.
Right.
Very special. That is so special.
Yeah.
All right. I have a question about when you bring people in, do you use contracts for them for your talent that you're bringing in?
Yes. Yes, we do. We have, we do work with a contract, and, you know, for as fun as it is on the show side, it is very much a business on the back end. So,
absolutely.
So we do have contracts. They have agents, you know, and managers. And so it is definitely a business on the back end of it.
Right. What is your favorite part about the shows, or have you had one standout favorite moment?
My absolute, there were two moments, and it's really hard to really decide which is my absolute favorite. The first was when Sara and I, right before the show started, Sara and I walked through the main doors, and there was a line of, you know, several hundred women standing in line to come in. And when we walked out, they all started like cheering and yelling and I knew all of them. You know, it was one of those things where I think I told you, like, I handle all of our social media, I handle our info email. Yeah. And to be able to walk through that crowd and hug everybody and know their face and know their name, and for the first time to see this community that we've built, you know, the celebrities are amazing. The celebrities, you know, we have a core group that I hopefully will stay with us from show to show. Mm-hmm. But this is all about the fans, and to walk out and to see their excitement and to feel their excitement and to be so excited for them, because I knew it was on the other side of the course. I think that was one of my favorite moments of
makes it worth it.
Yeah. And the other is when we did Curtain Call, and Sara and I thanked everybody for being out there and just looking out and seeing the sea of lights, you know, on phones of people taking video and taking pictures, and to realize, you know, at the end of all of it, the impact that the event had on everyone was very moving. Like I get choked up just thinking about it, you know, to know that you've taken something from just an idea, and you have struggled and sacrificed and built and, you know, cried, and, you know, you've put your blood, sweat, and tears into it. And then to see it come to fruition and to see it be successful, and to have the people that you care about be so excited about it is amazing.
I was personally super impressed with the tight lineup that you had for your first event. I just think you guys really nailed that.
Thank you so much. We were so thrilled with the people who committed, and not only thrilled with who committed, but their dedication once they arrived. Right. You know, once they saw what we were doing, it was amazing. We're so blessed.
You know, it really is. So not everything always comes up roses when you're planning an event. No, and you talked a bit about COVID. How about just something else that didn't quite go perfectly? We all like to pretend it goes perfectly, but something that didn't at your first event?
So when the doors opened, like, we had tested everything. We had done a walkthrough. Everything worked. Everything was great. We brought in extra internet. Like, everything was supposed to be perfect. Doors open. We go to scan tickets, and all of our scans down. Like, we had no way to scan tickets. We had no way to process selfies, meet and greets, like zero. And we're all looking at each other like, oh my God. So we had to, on the fly, come up with an analog system to track everything.
Oh my gosh.
So God bless Trevor Donovan and Ryan Pavey. I don't think anybody knew. I think, we just, we manually checked phones for tickets, and then everybody filed in, and Ryan and Joe Britton, who is hosts the morning show on Mix 92.9 in Nashville. He was our host for that time. And Trevor and Ryan were just like, yeah, we got this. We've got you. And they went up on stage and they did a fan Q&A for like more than half an hour.
We saw a video of that, right?
Yes.
I totally watched that.
They just sat there on the
Love
stage and just cut it up and allowed us the opportunity to lose it backstage and freak out. And God bless our amazing team, because nobody knew. We have the most amazing team on our side, on the business side, and nobody knew. And I kept it together. I hadn't yet met Ryan Pavey yet. And I kept it together until I was standing backstage waiting to bring Tyler out of professional photo ops, and Ryan's leaning up against the wall. And I'm like, hey, Ryan, I'm Gabrielle. It's nice to meet you. I'm one of the members. And he's like, hey, thanks for inviting me. This is a great event, blah, blah, blah. He's like, how's it going? And I'm not this person, but I just like, you can imagine, like, all your money, all your time, all your energy has gone into this. And like one tear just like rolls down my cheek. And Ryan could have been like, ugh, crying girl in front of me. And he wasn't. He was like, no, we're not going to do this. And he wraps me up in this huge hug and like gives me the most amazing pep talk I've ever had. And I was like, yeah, I've got this. I can do this. This is going to be great. And it was all Ryan Pavey. I might have totally collapsed in that second from exhaustion and stress, but
so
Ryan
brought me back to life right now, I think.
Don't you just love when somebody lifts you up like that, though?
Yeah. Yes. And of all the people to do it, I could see it being Sarah or Christy or Kate, or Rachel, somebody on our team. But for Ryan to do it, Ryan didn't have to do that.
Right.
For it to be him and to, be so kind and such a genuinely emotional person to be able to do that, I mean, he's got me.
I think I need to meet him.
Yeah.
You do need to meet him. Everybody needs to meet some Ryan Pavey, Trevor Donovan, Wes Brown.
Okay, the spontaneous talk, they were sitting on the stage, right? That's
they were.
Okay, that's what sucked me into your event, so you can thank them. I watched the entire thing.
And that was so impromptu, obviously, and they were such good sports, and they just wanted to make everyone happy and wanted to make it special for everyone and wanted to support us on the back end. So
amazing.
I love
amazing human beings, for real.
Tell us a little bit about your upcoming event.
So I'm actually in Palm Beach right now. Sarah and I have site visits tomorrow at the convention center, and we're doing a special event at the Breakers on Thursday night at the Breakers Hotel. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Breakers. It's oh my God, it's a historic hotel right at sort of the tip of Palm Beach. Just Google the Breakers Hotel and look at the Mediterranean and Venetian ballrooms. And that's where we're having our event. It looks like you have been dropped into a movie set for like Outlander or Bridgerton. It's stunningly beautiful. So we're going there tomorrow in the convention center and the Fan Hotel. We're going to be announcing our room block for the Hilton West Palm Beach Convention Center. hotel. The room rate's going to be somewhere around $240 a night, which, considering it's like peak season for South Florida, that's a really great rate. So we'll be announcing that this week and posting access to it on our socials.
Exciting.
So that's January 7th through the 9th. And we have, for this show, we have the entire central cast of Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
That is, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so we're so excited. We have 2 Postables packages available. If you are, I mean, the Postables and the Garys and the Heineys, like, y'all are
the same.
Passion. Like, I would love to see some sort of a competition. And maybe we should, oh my God, maybe we should do that. Like, have like
there is overlap.
Some sort of a competition between the 3 groups.
Right. Yeah. I feel like, though, Postables might be a combination.
Everybody. Yeah, we certainly have Postables in our groups for sure. We even have our own real life postman, Jim. So
love it.
Yes. You just get some nice shout outs from the stars too.
Yeah. They were shouting out Jim on social media this last week. And so we are also shouting out Jim right now. So
that's awesome.
Great
fan. Jim. Hi,
Jim. Jim.
Is Jim coming in January? It sounds like Jim needs to be featured in January.
Oh, we should tell Jim. He needs to get himself there, and we'll get you hooked up with Jim.
We should have him there for sure. So we have 2 Postables packages. They include selfies, autographs, meet and greets, lunch with the cast, a cocktail reception, and then we have our standard platinum, gold, and same-day packages. The platinum ticket package this time includes a 5-minute one-on-one meet and greet, and then you still get the 5 selfies and autographs with the celebrities of your choice. You are not limited to those 5 celebrities. You can purchase additional on site or in advance, but the package comes with those 5. It also comes with a private Sunday continental breakfast with just the platinum ticket holders and all of the celebrities. And you get some really awesome swag. And what else do you get? I mean, I feel like there's so much in that package. You get advanced access to the venue. You'll get VIP line. There's some great options with that package. And then the gold package has a 2-minute one-on-one meet and greet. Okay. So we've added the one-on-one to that package, and then it's identical to what it was in Nashville. And then we've changed our single day ticket price. Our general admission is $59.99 for this show, but we are also offering a weekend ticket. It gets you in every day. It's $129.99, and it gets you into the show every day. Yeah, so then you can do all of the a la carte. And we're also selling photo ops and one-on-one meet and greets and autographs and selfies on our website in advance of the show, where those are not being sold exclusively on site at this show.
Yeah. So you find that like once everybody gets there, they start, like, oh no, I really do want this selfie with somebody else, and they start signing up for all the different things.
Absolutely. And I feel like, it's like, I mean, the most relatable thing I have right now is going into the Disney gift shop when you're in the Magic Kingdom, and you're like, oh my God, I will definitely wear all of this Mickey Mouse stuff every day of the year for the rest of my life. And you have to get it all. That's kind of, the impulse buy, because you're standing there in front of Wes Brown or Andrew Walker, and you're like,
Gotta talk to them. The Disney gotta buy it. I raised some Disney kids too that we are bad together. So I just want to shout out your star lineup though. So if people haven't been to RomaDrama's social media sites, the star lineup for the Postables is complete. You have all the stars there. So
we have Eric and Kristen Booth. Kristen Booth, oh my God, talk about an amazing human being. Kristen, we're getting ready to announce, Kristen is going to offer an amazing giveaway at our show. You have to be on site on Friday night at our Friday night after party to win. But all of the money is going to go to charity to No Kid Hungry. And she will be telling us more about that in the coming days after the movie premieres on the 17th. She's going to bring that big news to social media, but stay tuned. It's going to be surreal what she's got going on. So we have Kristen and Crystal and Jeff and Gregory Harrison, who is insanely awesome, and Zach Santiago. And am I missing anybody? No, I think that is the core cast. But then we also have, I'm a huge fan. I sort of geek out about the people who make all of this possible, the screenwriters, the directors, the authors. So we have like Rick Garman, who has written, I think it's like 65 movies in this space. Riley Weston, who has written 2 of my all-time favorite movies, Dark Beauty, which was a Lifetime movie, and The Nanny Express with Vanessa Marcel. Do you remember that movie?
Oh, yeah.
But Riley has an incredible story, which I love, which maybe you can have her on sometime and she can share it. She's awesome. Karen Shaler. Karen is Christmas Karen. Karen wrote The Christmas Prince, which was which was the very first seasonal romantic drama on Netflix. Karen has written a ton of Lifetime movies. She's also an author. Her newest book just went on sale this past week. So we have Karen Shaler, we have Nancy Nagel, we have Jeff Fisher, who directed Christmas Camp, which is Karen's movie. Karen wrote Christmas Camp. Jeff directed it. And then we also have Lillian Harrison, who starred in it. So we have the whole picture for that movie. And then Karen will also be doing a mini Christmas camp at our show. So
that's fun.
Yeah. That is fun. Yeah. I would love to sit in on some of those discussions. I like all the behind the scenes.
Yeah. We really do like all that stuff, even like what the grips are doing, or we love all that stuff.
It really is fascinating. And I don't know if it's because I worked in the industry for so long, but I love seeing how it's built and understanding the framework. And then Julie Sherman-Wolfe is also coming, who's another amazing screenwriter. She has written, oh my God, so many Hallmark movies. And she had a great idea for one of our panels that I think we're going to do, which is writing a scene for a movie with audience participation. And then I don't know if we're going to be able to talk some of the talent, some of the celebrities into maybe acting it out, or maybe just audience participation, act it out. But I think that's definitely on the top of the list for panels. Yeah.
How do you make the decisions on like who you, or especially at the beginning, because now you kind of have a crew, but how did you make the decisions on who to start approaching? Was it like a chance encounter? You just kind of reached out to tons of people, or did you have your eye on certain people?
It was very targeted. We looked, for starters, we went with our favorites first. You know, you've got to approach your favorites first. I mean, if you're gonna do this, might as well, get some enjoyment. And then, we looked at social media engagement, and we really went with the people who we felt were genuine and cared about their fans. And I think we have hit that mark. Now, not to say that anybody who you maybe want to see that isn't there didn't fit that bill, because that is not at all the case. It's just, there were a lot of scheduling conflicts and people who were outside of the United States. And so there were a lot of pieces, a lot of moving pieces, but we went after the people first who we felt would represent us the best as well, and who would give the fans the experience that they were hoping to achieve by coming to the show.
I think that's wonderful. I mean, like I said, I fell in love with, I became a Heine just by watching Tyler acting with his fans, interacting with his fans, and then with social media. So I think, when you said that, it all made sense. I'm like, yes, they all are really caring people on social media to their fans, and they're genuine.
They're wonderful. And just, if I can make an announcement,
Yes.
I do not yet know if Tyler is coming. I've been talking to Tyler. Tyler and I are in communication. He really wants to come, like genuinely wants to come to the show. He is kind of living his life in 2-week increments because he's getting so many offers. He has so much going on right now that he doesn't want to commit and then have the opportunity, you know, for a great role and then have to back out of it. And I completely respect his dedication to the fans in that regard. So we're hoping to know more around Thanksgiving-ish. So that is the
so
Tyler.
You Heinies, they're working on it.
That is the Tyler 411. He very much wants to come. He had a great time in Nashville and really wants to come back.
Well, the lineup is already so strong for January. It is.
And honestly, we have a few more people that we're going to announce. We do it. We just, you know, we wanted to. We're waiting on signed contracts and shots and all of those things. But we have commitments from several other people. So
that is so exciting.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So your next event is that weekend in January. So do you have future events planned? Kind of how often do you hope to have events?
We do. We are working through the planning of future events right now. It looks like we're going to do a show around May in Myrtle Beach.
Fun.
One of our fans who is incredible. I mean, she was in media for a long time. She was in politics for a long time. She sits on one of the committees for the Myrtle Beach City Council. So she really has moved heaven and earth to get us there to make a show possible in Myrtle Beach. So I think that will be a fun spring event.
Super fun.
Another beach event. So you've got January in Palm Beach, and then the weather will be beautiful in South Carolina in late April and in May. So, and then we're filling in other shows too. I think we might have a Columbus show, and then probably 2 or 3 more shows. And what we'd love feedback from the fans as we put these shows together as to what type of show, you know, do they want us to try and do a big show? Because we're looking at maybe doing a big show, or would they like us even to scale it down smaller and have, you know, a very intimate, very VIP experience where the ticket prices may be a little higher, but there are not a lot of people there, and you really have the opportunity to interact with celebrities, and it's more of like a party than it is a convention. You know what I mean?
could see people wanting both ends of that.
Exactly. So
I can tell you that Sarah and I, though, we always talk about, we'd like to meet people like where we can sit in a safe space and the bar is running over the side and we can get some apps and maybe have some games going and everyone's sitting around the table, family style. That would be our dream.
Yes. And we were going to do a Dallas show just like that. But we had to cancel it because of COVID. Unfortunately, that was going to be our very first show, but it was going to be a 300 person event. So just 300 people and like 15 celebrities. So that would have been, I mean, in terms of person to celebrity ratio.
Yeah, it would have been great.
You could never get that anywhere else. So
no, exactly.
Yeah, that's 20 people per celebrity. So that's awesome. That would be a great ratio. That's like a kindergarten classroom ratio.
That was my ratio when
the teacher ratio. Got to get that one in there. So
I love it. So we are working. We do have 3 additional shows. We do know what we're doing. We're working on markets right now. And then we'd like to do a few more, I think we'd like to do a few more very small boutique VIP shows.
I love it.
Sprinkled in throughout.
Right. It's an amazing concept. And I can really visualize that happening and how fans would love that kind of thing.
My kids are like running around directly above us. So sorry if you hear a bunch of running and yelling.
No, if I were at home, like 10, like we would have 15 interruptions
Oh
on
yeah.
the afternoon.
Yeah.
Can
We
I
usually
have
do
that?
it after my kids go to bed for this.
Yeah, just put food out for them, like a puppy. Just here are your snacks.
That's what I do when I have to Zoom all like for all their appointments. Yeah. Thankfully, my husband's upstairs. But anyway, sorry for the interruption.
Oh no, I'm used to it. Didn't even think of me.
It's like a herd of cattle. Go ahead, Julie, with the next question. I think
we're running in, and you answered some of them. I like to be prepared, but we move along. So we got through some of your future cities, which is fantastic. And we also talked about unexpected events at RomaDrama. That was what was in there. And what I'm hearing is you've had some really positive support from people coming up alongside you as you've been going through that. Can you kind of tell us a little bit how that's helped shore you up and move forward?
Well, I can approach that answer from different ways. From a fan perspective, I have to tell you, the support of the fans has made all of the difference in the success of our business. We can't, as you guys know, I mean, you can't be on every platform and every, on every page, answer every question, set people straight when they have misinformation. And it's hard, it's in a lot of cases, it's when you put yourself in a public space, it is truly trial by social media. Every single thing you put out there. And we have the support of some amazing human beings who have backed us up, who have carried us, who have been our voice, who have promoted us, off the top of my head, Sandra and Shannon and Mary and Eileen and Mel and Chad and, oh my gosh, so many. And I'm so grateful to them, because without them, that we would be nowhere. So when I said we opened those doors and I saw all these faces and I knew all of their names, and it felt like I was meeting, friends, or just not even meeting them, just sort of reconnecting with friends for the first time in a long time. And without the fans, there would not be a RomaDrama. There would not be another event. There would have been Nashville and then nothing. So we are so grateful for the passion and for them lifting us up and for loving us and loving what we do and loving the celebrities so much, So I
feel like you made it really easy for fans to come in and love what you were doing. The way you set it up was just very easy and approachable for fans to jump in.
Thank you. And we worked hard at that, so many conventions across the board in every space. It's very, very cold and the responses feel robotic, and it feels like, here's your ticket, there's this, and this, and done. And that's just not who I am as a person, and that's not who Sara is either. So we have policies and we have all these things in place, but life is life and we're all human beings. So we want to make sure that everyone, to the best of our ability, can experience this in the way that they dream,
Right. I just think it's wonderful. And even though I haven't been to an event, you can tell that everybody thinks it's special. They feel special being there. They feel special that they've gone. And I just think you guys are doing a great job. You're killing it. And we're so excited.
Thank you. Seriously, I'm genuinely so.
No, and then in your social media presence as well, you guys are responding to everybody. And I think it's just great. You're doing a great job. And we're so excited that you would come on our tiny little podcast.
Oh my God, you can't. I love you guys. You guys are so wonderful. And I've really enjoyed our conversations back and forth, in DMs and texts. And I think you guys are awesome. So of course.
We're having a good
time. I'm honored that you guys even asked me when you guys were like, do you want to come on the podcast? I was like, no way. Yes.
Yeah. No, we really supporting you and this type of event, and supporting women who are bringing something new.
I agree. Same way.
We really like lifting that up. That's something that fits with us. I also am going to say that I like bringing in the the Hunger for Kids pieces. We like those types of donations and supporting some of those nonprofits too. We've used some of our funds we've made from our merchandise sale to support some nonprofits close to our followers' hearts, and that's really our heart also, is just
love that. You can't, I'm a big believer that you can't do this and not give back. When you find success, you need to pay it forward. And I live that in my personal life. I live that across the board. So you have to lift other, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Right. Absolutely. Yep. So I was happy to hear you tell that story. That fits right in with what things we like to do too. I love seeing that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So before we wrap up, we wanted to play a little game with you, if that's okay.
Sure.
A bit more that game. But because we're Suspenders Unbuttoned, we call it Suspenders or Buttons.
Okay.
So we're just going to go for it. Go ahead, Julie. You lead it off.
Yeah, it's just a this or that game. So pumpkins or apples?
To decorate or to eat?
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Oh, I love pumpkins, but I want to eat the apples all the time.
There you go.
Every day.
Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Ooh, Christmas.
Cider or hot chocolate?
Oh, can I take a pass on that one? I can't have chocolate because it gives me migraines, and cider is just pass.
Pass, hard pass for that
Pass,
one.
hard pass.
How about this one? A romance novel or romance movie?
Ooh. I'm going to read it first and then watch it.
We love that. We love a book and a movie. So we've even run some book clubs. So
I love it. You guys need to get some of our authors on. I'll connect you with them.
Yeah, that would.
We did The Long Tall Texan.
Ooh.
Because that's Lacey Chabet and Kevin McGarry are filmed that. It hasn't been released yet.
Ooh.
So
who wrote that?
Wild. What was her first name? Karen Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lacey's producing those and filming three movies in that series. It's the Wedding Veil series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so Allison Sweeney's in it, and
I read about that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So they're coming out in 2022.
Fun fact, my ex-husband went to school with Allie Sweeney. They're both from Pasadena.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
He's known her his whole life.
So funny.
That's funny. There's always like that cute connection, right? We're excited to see those movies come forward. We like something with a book. So yeah, the author thing would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about this one? Bridgerton or Outlander?
Outlander.
Ooh, okay.
I am a
Jamie Fraser fan.
Yeah, Sam and Kate are they're so great. Love them.
There you go. This one's going to be easy. In-person event or virtual event?
In person. Hello.
Yeah. So here's our fun fact, though, I'm going to share. We have not met in person. No one from our group has met in person yet.
Except look at Catherine. Yep.
But look at the chemistry you guys have. It's like you guys are like lifelong friends.
For sure. With that said, Catherine and I met up after we went, but we're on the opposite sides of Twin Cities. And I work in the downtown area, and we started a little local group, and we meet up for treats.
I love that. That's amazing.
It is amazing. All right, Sarah, your turn.
No,
all right,
that's so cool.
What else did I write here? Oh, carriage ride or sleigh ride?
Mm-hmm.
Like horse and carriage.
Carriage ride. Like the warmer.
That's true. In Minnesota, you can get a good sleigh ride, though.
I bet you can.
Yeah. Yep, you can.
Never done that. I would like to do that, though. That does sound
like a sleigh ride. It's essentially, a hay ride with
some snow.
And if you don't have enough snow, they take you on a hay ride instead of a sleigh ride.
And there you go.
A sleigh is prettier. right?
Can you imagine a sleigh ride, like so romantic, like with like the heavy velvet blankets and
in the pretty back seat, you're in the little velvet seat, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure it's not as pretty in real life, but
yes, it is, Sarah.
I think so. I don't know. The horse on my ride, the horse will poop.
It's true, they're horses. It's what happens. So have you ever watched When Calls the Heart?
I have watched When Calls the Heart.
All right, so
because
Nathan,
I love me some Kevin McGarry. Like,
okay,
good girl.
I do. Like, hello.
So the question is Nathan or Lucas?
Nathan.
Yeah.
Good job. No, I'm kidding. We love Lucas too, everybody.
We do. We love the whole, the staff is
I still don't understand how that went down the way it did.
Interesting.
There's there's a lot of discussion out there. You can read so many points of view on it.
I tried to venture into those chats and just sort of put my brain around it, but
no, there's a lot to wrap your brain around.
Passion
has corrected us. It's Lori Wild.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Sheila.
Sheila knows everything.
Sheila does know everything, and so she knows everything. All right, I think that was the end of our button for suspenders choices.
That was fun.
Thank you for bearing with us.
No, it's super fun.
Well, we loved having you on our podcast. And why don't you give us where we can find you on social media?
Yeah. So RomaDrama Official on Instagram, RomaDrama on Facebook, and then you can go to RomaDrama.com for your tickets, for ticket package information, for lineup, for bios. We're getting ready to launch a newsletter, and with the newsletter, when you sign up for the newsletter, you'll have access. We're going to post all of our panels and video footage from our Nashville show on our website, but you have to be a newsletter subscriber to access it.
Okay.
So
I like it.
Wait, and then why don't you give us the dates again for your next event?
Okay, so January 7th through the 9th in Palm Beach, Florida, RomaDrama Live. And we're getting ready to put our room block for the Hilton up on our socials this week. We're meeting with them tomorrow, so look for them Tuesday or Wednesday.
That's amazing.
Very exciting. Please give Sarah our best.
I will. She's so bummed. She's texted me a bunch since I've been on with you guys. So I think she probably just got to the hotel.
Okay. I'm glad you made it.
Yeah.
Okay, Julie, sign us out.
All right.
This has been so fun.
Yes,
Thank you for joining us on Suspenders Unbuttoned podcast. We'll see you next time.
Good night, everybody.